What if I told you that the moment you stop trying to win your life finally begins? Your whole life you've been programmed to chase victory, win more, achieve more, prove more. Because if you don't, the world will label you a loser. But Epictetus believes something far more radical. The fear of being a loser is the real prison. Think about it. How many choices have you made just to avoid looking less in front of people who barely know you? How many dreams have you buried to protect an image? If that hits you, breathe with me. Inhale. Exhale. Epictetus wrote, "If you want to improve, be willing to be thought foolish and stupid." The words sting because they're true. The price of peace is often the loss of admiration. Imagine the freedom of not performing. Imagine a life where other people's opinions slide right off you, where you stop chasing applause and stop panicking when someone else gets ahead. Here's the twist no one taught you. You only become a loser when you start competing in a game that was never yours to begin with. Take a slow breath. Inhale, exhale. Now let's go deeper into the stoic power of choosing to lose, so your mind can finally win. Part 1. Wound. Our fear of losing in the wrong game. Now let's leave the Roman tent and step into your life. You scroll through your phone after a long day. Someone your age just bought a new car. Someone else is in Bali working remotely. Another one just posted a promotion, a ring, a six-pack, a perfect morning routine. Very quietly, a sentence appears in your mind: I'm behind. I'm losing. You start doing the math of comparison: salary versus their salary followers, versus their followers' body versus their body life, versus their highlight reel. You don't want to be seen as less, so you say yes to things you hate. Work hours that exhaust you, buy stuff you don't need, post updates you don't even believe in, just to stay above this invisible line called loser. And the cruel part, even when you win, the line moves. This is the wound Epictetus pointed at 2,000 years ago, and it has only grown deeper in the age of social media. We are terrified of looking like losers in a game we never chose. Part 2. Break, a question from Marcus. So imagine Marcus Aurelius sitting across from you. No crown, no marble, just a tired, honest man in a simple cloak. He listens to you talk about your fear of being left behind, about money, titles, numbers on a screen, the way others see you. Then he asks a question that breaks the frame. Tell me, if you win this game you're playing, will you actually be free silence? Because if you need constant approval to feel worthy, you're not winning. You're renting your peace from strangers. This is exactly what Epictetus warned about. As long as you care what others think, you are their slave. Marcus learned from him and wrote it into Meditations. It is not fame that makes a good life, but a good mind. The break is simple, but brutal. Maybe the problem isn't that you're losing. Maybe the problem is what you're trying to win. Part 3, Stoic Tool, How to Lose Well. Now let's bring in the Stoic tools: practical, simple, sharp. This is where you stop being a victim of the word loser and start using it as a filter. We'll use 4 tools Marcus would understand perfectly. Tool 1, change the scoreboard. First, Marcus would ask, who is keeping score? And what game are they playing? If the scoreboard is followers, external beauty, luxury, public praise, then Epictetus would say, you're playing a game you cannot control. So you change the scoreboard. Your new wins become, did I act with courage today? Did I tell the truth when it was hard? Did I keep my word to myself? Did I choose what is right over what is easy? On this scoreboard, you might look like a loser to the crowd, but a winner to your conscience. Tool 2, the loser visualization. We've all heard about visualizing success. The Stoics had a darker, wiser practice: visualize loss. Marcus did this every morning. He reminded himself that today he could meet liars, flatterers, traitors, illness, even death. You and I can do a smaller version. What if I never become rich, famous, or impressive online? What if people think I wasted my potential? Breathe into that picture. Feel the sting. And then ask, can I still live a meaningful, joyful, honorable life without their approval? If the answer is yes, you've just broken one of the deepest chains. Tool 3, radical control audit. Epictetus divided life into 2 boxes: within my control, beyond my control. We do a control audit on your fear of being a loser. You cannot control what your classmates think of your job, how many people like your posts, whether society calls your life impressive, You can control how you spend your mornings, what you learn, how you treat people, the promises you keep. So you start making a quiet, rebellious decision. I am willing to be a loser in what I cannot control, so I can be a master of what I can. Tool 4, the secret morning oath. Here's where Marcus's own routine comes in. Before daybreak, he forced himself out of bed with a reminder. You were born to work with others to do what is fitting for a human being. Let's turn that spirit into a modern stoic morning oath. Today I may look like a loser to some. I may not have what they worship. But I will own my mind, guard my attention, and live by my values, not their scoreboard. You repeat this while your phone is still silent before the world tells you who you are. This is how being a loser becomes a shield, not a wound. You are choosing not to play their game so you can play a deeper one. Part 4. Resolution. The quiet power of being nobody. Fast forward with me. You're at a party. People are casually competing who has the better job, the better trip, the better story. You listen, you smile, you don't have much to add. On their scoreboard, you are boring, maybe even invisible. But inside, something new has appeared, a quiet, solid stillness. You know what you're building, your character, your craft, your courage. You no longer need to impress the room. You're willing to lose their respect today so you don't have to lose your soul tomorrow. This is the strange paradox Epictetus and Marcus both knew. If you want to be truly free, you must be willing to be misunderstood. The world may call you a loser for walking away from its idols. But you, my friend, are no longer playing to win their applause. You are playing to win something rarer, a calm mind, a clean conscience, and a life you do not have to escape from. Before you go, ask yourself one simple question. What would your life look like if you finally stopped performing? If you stopped living for approval, stopped running from the label loser, and started living the way Epictetus intended, with a mind that belongs only to you? Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now picture the version of yourself who isn't afraid to look small, who chooses honesty over appearance, freedom over applause. That version of you is real. And every Stoic lesson, every story, every video on this channel exists to help you build that life, the life you don't need to decorate or defend. If this message hits something deep in you, stay with us. Subscribe to Making Life Better and join a community that doesn't chase noise, status, or perfection, but chooses clarity, depth, and inner freedom. Take one last slow breath. Inhale, exhale, and remember, you're not losing. You're finally walking your own path.